Here we are at Hestness Landing on the North Umpqua, right below the fish ladder in Roseburg, Oregon. This area is noted for some wonderful early spring Chinook and steelhead runs. Hestness Landing was made for the local fishermen in the area to launch their smaller fishing boats and sometimes drift boats. There is also a wonderful guide service that you can get a hold of in this area. Another nice boat, getting ready. Gonna catch something here, pulling out, getting things ready. Got a nice big Yamaha jet prop. Boy, these gentlemen are getting ready to go out, and this is a wonderful time to catch a few spring Chinooks. These North River boats were made especially for these rivers. This is sure a nice little outfit here. I'm sure these gentlemen are going to be very happy to be in the river and most likely hook something up.
That's our $6,000, that's for sure. The guy started at 6 and said he's getting a divorce, and he told me he'd differ a little bit, but it's a different story when I called him in his house and he was talking to his wife. Here in the back, go! I'll get the details on it, and then I'll let you know.
Sounds like this Yamaha engine is ready to get up and down this river today. Here's a couple of the older gentlemen just drifting down the river, waiting for a hookup, just enjoying a wonderful morning. This beautiful North Umpqua River, eventually downstream, will collide with the South Umpqua River at River Forks Park. Then they will run into the main Umpqua, which will run to the ocean. There's plenty of beautiful water and fishing in this beautiful area of Roseburg. These fishermen are happy campers today. This young gentleman who runs a guide service on the Umpqua River here caught 2 nice spring Chinook for them. These fresh spring Chinook right off the ocean are just so good eating and just beautiful of the color of the meat.
Yeah, this is definitely not my first rodeo. Perfect. So I'm just going to take those
Young
big
gentleman
bugs out.
knows what he's doing. You can see how easily he flays these just beautiful spring Chinook.
It's just real quietly. You can really notice it in the water when you put the meat in the water. So I'll take those rib bones out like that. Or just so you know for the kids. From about here back, there won't be any bones. From here forward, you can see them right here. See how they quit right about here. So the tail section will have the bones that the back end does. Or the front end, sorry, the shoulders. So how do you want that as far as that? You know, you want it thirds, fourths, halves. Okay, I can get 2 pieces of one bag. Is that okay? I mean, if you want more, you want one.
I bet there'll be some barbecuing tonight. There's nothing better than spring Chinook caught right freshly out of
You
the
guys gonna have
Umpqua
some
River.
fresh? I think it keeps fresh in the refrigerator for about 4 or 5 days, and then, you know, whatever y'all haven't eaten. What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, whatever you haven't eaten by Sunday, probably time to freeze it. That's what my dad always told me. That's what my wife tried to do. Is keep it fresh for 4 or 5 days. And do what you're going to do with that. Yeah, this type of fishing gets boring. It's not like you're catching them every 5 seconds. So.
There aren't really a bunch of scales on these fresh Chinook that come out of the
My
ocean.
dad caught one yesterday, 35 pounds. It was just absolutely enormous. I think there was ones in the ladder that you showed me a picture of. Decent. It looked like to me. Where this one's weird. Some of them are oilier than others. It's weird.
Just look how beautiful that fresh fish looks.
I think it's good. Yeah. Yeah. That's my favorite.
I really love how this young guide takes the bones of the rib cage of the fish out of the fillet. That's a nice bag of fresh salmon. That's sure a trophy bag of beautiful fish to take home to your buddies and tell them about the wonderful fishing trip you had on the North Umpqua River.
They don't like you to throw them in the river, so do the legal thing.
Make sure he picks up the small pieces of fish and also the carcass of the filleted fish, not to throw them in the river to pollute it, but I think the crawdads would really love it in the long run.
Is he gonna come out and visit you guys?
I think so, yeah.
What time's he? No, I don't know. I think it's an overnight so that you and I can go out to dinner and or, whatever we want. It's overnight. That's she'll talk to you about it. As far as delivery.
This is a good day on the river for this guy. He has happy anglers and a bag full of fish.
You any good? I got one at Cleveland and one just up around the corner. Been fishing since 5:30. Not very good.
Here are these two older gentlemen just cruising and waiting for their lines to hook up. At any time it could happen. But otherwise, they're just enjoying the day. It was a beautiful sunny day, and the pupster loved it too, and hopefully pretty soon there'll be a hookup. There they go, down to River Forks Park, colliding with the South Umpqua, cruising down to Maine and end up at the ocean if they're not careful. There are many different sizes and shapes of drift boats that float this Umpqua water systems. This one looks like a homemade boat. He didn't do as good as that young fella in the North River. He was a guide. Caught two beautiful ones. Just getting a little river footage of everything here. Putting the little guy on the trailer. I have to go in a little deeper, too deep. Back a little bit more. No, maybe a little too deep. Nice little wood craft. Looks like a homemade boat. Pretty little drift boat. This is Hestness Landing on the northern Umpqua, right below the dam. Oh, maybe about a mile below the dam or so. It's where they launch their little drift boats. This gentleman just came and had fun today. He didn't really bring in meat, but he still had a good day, a lot of fun. Nice little drift boat, little wooden one. The next exciting fishing trip on the Umpqua Rivers. See you later. Desert Wind Productions.
When on the river and the fish aren't striking, I tow my big screen TV behind the boat and carry plasma visions close to my heart. It makes me at one with nature and frees my soul. If you would like your own copy of Plasma Visions, it is available for purchase at Amazon.com. That's Plasma Visions with a Z.
Great for meditation, a tool for band or DJ backdrops, adds a bit of spice to your favorite tunes, plus a mind-blowing sound design with Stan's World.